M-Dog Gaming.
Welcome to Hearthstone. This is M-Dog. We're going to start an arena match today. We've been playing about one arena match a day here recently, and the last couple days trying to start recording them. So our choices here are Shaman, Warrior, and Mage. I've done a lot of Shaman lately. I did an arena match with Shaman yesterday. In fact, I'm not going to do that again just yet. I've had the most success probably with Warrior. I would like more practice with Mage, but I feel like I need to maybe play Constructed a little more, or just spend a little more time thinking about some of the combos there. And actually, I think in some cases some of the same cards work pretty good with both of these. A lot of the warrior special abilities will damage a creature and give them bonus attack, and then if you do that on top of an enraged character, it's pretty good. And then of course the mage with the fireball, the hero ability, can always do that damage anytime they have 2 mana. So, but there's obviously some big differences between the two classes and some of the specialty cards. I think we're just going to go warrior today, see what we can put together. So the Cobra is a pretty good removal, although it's out of your control in most cases how the removal takes place. We're certainly not gonna, on the first card selection here, commit to any kind of Murloc deck, and wouldn't wish that in arena anyway. So the choice is here, and I'm really leaning towards the Commander. It's not a great 6 card if you look at the stats, but the fact that it's got Charge and Divine Shield means that it can get in there, potentially take out a minion that has 4 health, and then still be on the board for the next turn. Or if you don't want to trade, you can just go right to the face, and even if it is attacked, they'd have to attack it twice. So I think we're going to go with Commander, and hopefully we'll get a couple removal cards elsewhere. This is a really good card with Charge. Your deck with Warrior can become pretty fast or pretty aggressive if you do end up with a lot of Charge. I like the Stormwind Champion, but not going to pick a 7 after getting a 6 at this point. So, and the Ghoul is take it or leave it for me. This is a good way. This is a good selection here in the sense that we have a way to get a card at 2 mana. It's an early card, not a great minion. It does have the 2 health, so requires at least a teeny bit of effort to take it off the table that early in the game, if it is early. Spellbreaker is not a particularly stellar 4 mana card, except that it has this silence, which is another form of kind of like removal. It certainly takes some of the big effects that cards have. And then Rampage, a warrior ability, give a damaged minion +3/+3. I like this, especially if we end up with cards that work well with it. But I can't guarantee we're going to, so I'm just going to have to hope that Rampage comes up again. And in terms of silence, I'd rather get a cheaper silence. I think we're going to go with a card draw. I love weapons on the Warrior, but I'm not crazy about Heroic Strike. Can't say for sure we'll get other weapons, so I don't really want to go there. And Thrallmar, for 3 mana you get 2/3. He does have Wind Fury. We don't have a 3 mana yet. Just not crazy about Heroic Strike. I wish this was a better 3 though. But my gut tells me to go Thrallmar here. Let's see. For 2 mana, you get +4 attack. Or for 3 mana, I think we'll just do that. That's a tough choice for me for some reason. Alright, so in terms of mana cost, we're kind of across the board here, 1, 3, 4. This would be our first taunt. This is a pretty good 4, just in terms of board control. You're getting a 2-4 and then a 2-1 as well. This one's okay. Likely to get at least one hit in from it. We don't have a 1 minion. I'm not crazy about this taunt. Another 4 would be okay. There's probably better ones out there. There's a better 4. Kind of wish we'd waited for that. Draw a card. Cleave, 2 damage to 2 random enemies. That's pretty good. Leper Gnome. We don't have a 1 yet, but I do want to get Cleave here. Battle Rage can be a really good card, but it's between these two for me on this one, and I'm probably going to get Execute. This is going to be our removal, our strongest removal yet. For 1 mana, it's pretty good. Alright, Silverhand Knight. We don't have any 5s, and I like Silverhand Knight a lot. We've already got a Cleave, and maybe Battle Rage will come up again. And this is probably going to be Razorfin Hunter simply because of the 3. We're not spell heavy. We're going to stay away from the 4. Another 3 is good. We're not going to have secrets, so you're just getting a 1-2 basically. We'll go with the Berserker. Alarmobot is always interesting. It's almost like a taunt, just in the sense that when you put it out there, the enemy's almost always going to want to go after it, because what could come after it when it exchanges with the random minion in your hand could be so much worse. Oh, Mortal Strike is good. I've never used Mana Wraith. All minions cost 1 more, and that's not just for you, it's for them too, so it's an interesting early card. But I think we'll go for 4 here. Mortal Strike. We can get another Berserker, we can get an Impmaster, or a Mana Wraith. Let's see what we're looking at here. Probably looking at a Mana Wraith. Warrior can't heal the Impmaster, so you're not necessarily going to get anything out of the ordinary with this. Very low attack, obviously, but you're just getting these 1/1 imps once a turn. If it's protected, but we have hardly any taunt, and by hardly any, I mean none. We're not protecting much right now. I think this is a time to get another 2. Alright, so I like this 5 a lot. We don't care about spell damage, and as you can see, this 5 is a much better card than 6, even though our minions will cost 3 more. This is an okay 1. With having only 1 health, you put this out there, unless there's a taunt out there, you're probably not going to ever get that 2 damage out of it. So we're going to go with the Mercenary. I think one of the better 5s. At this point, we've got 2 of my favorite 5 mana cost cards, so that's promising. Here's another 5 if we want taunt. I like Inner Rage. The Boar is also good, even though it's just 1, it gives you 1 attack immediately. We only have 1 mana card, so that could be the way to go, but we don't have any of the Inner Rage type cards. I don't think we have any Enrage at all. So it wouldn't stack on top of any other Enrage, but if played at the right time, it still could be useful. If for nothing else, it's removal when they've got that minion on the board with 1 damage that you don't want to waste one of your minions in a trade on. So I'm not a huge fan of any of these cards, but probably we'll go with this and go ahead and get another 2. we'll assume that we're going to get plenty of 3s and that this just isn't the kind of 6 we want. We've already got 1 6. We'll need a 1 or 2 more, but that's not what we want, so we'll go with the alpha. Here's a weapon. Almost doesn't matter what these are. We're going to go with the weapon. Another Silverhand Knight. Can't go wrong. Mad Bomber is so risky. A 2 is good, but I think we'll go with our third 5 here and hold our breath on the rest of the picks here. Another axe. We've already got a hunter, and we've also already got a novice engineer, so we'll get our second axe. Excuse me. There's a taunt. That's an okay taunt just because of high health. We don't have enough 4s, so out of these 2, I'll probably go here. At least it has taunt. With this one, if you can't put taunt on it, if I was playing against someone that put this down, I would just ignore it for a while, probably. Alright, we could use a 3 here, but it's unfortunately a Murloc Seer. It's an okay one, I guess. After you cast a spell, 1 damage to all minions. We're going to be casting so few spells. I think this is a worthwhile 2, as long as we keep our eye on spells. So we got to watch that. Now we have a lot of 2 right now. We really would like to get some 3s and 4s and then move on. 1 would be okay. I guess we'll probably go Inner Rage here though. We need some good minions. Alright, there's a Silence at 2. I hate to do it, but... Alright. So our choices are, we can just eliminate the Wisp. We don't have the ability to buff that up into anything worthwhile. Probably going to go Core Hound here. There we go. Good two cards that we'd like here. Again, we don't have enough Enrage to spend this turn on Hiss. We're going to get the weapon. This will be our third weapon. Now we get this. Again, we don't have Enrage, but it's a decent removal. Although I do like the Ooze. It's a 3/2, and if we're playing somebody that happens to have a weapon, but that's just a bonus really. This is a 2/2, but you get 2 attack. Looking at our graph, I'm tempted to go with the healer, but I really dislike this 5. We have 4 5s. Only 1 6. We have so many 2s, and a lot of them are minions. Not all of them. And it's not like the Crocolisk is just the world's best 2. It's okay. It's the opposite of the Pyromancer in terms of stats. It's not bad, I guess. I don't like the Harpy. I mean, if you put that out there and there's nothing protecting it, it's just going to be targeted so fast. The only 6 we have, though, is a 4/3 Argent Commander. I mean, I guess looking at everything, I'd probably go Croc, but I like to keep some semblance of strategy based on the mana cost of the card, so we'll go that direction. Alright, we've got 4 cards left. Here's another weapon opportunity and a 4 card, which we need. We also need 3s, but we'd rather have a 3 minion. Alright, I guess we're going to go with Battle Rage here. We've got 2 more choices, and we can't pass on this. We could get another weapon, but I think we've got to get this. As much as I'm not crazy about the Imp Master, it's okay, but we really need a 3. Okay, let's see, let's go to the top. 2 Enrages, an Execute, 2 Fiery Axes, a Cleave, Cruel Taskmaster, Direwolf Alpha, Silence with the Owl, Mana Wraith, Novice Engineer. Such a strange deck. Such a strange deck. Do we have any taunt? Yes, we've got 1. We have 1 taunt. Prediction time. How many wins do we think this deck will get in Arena? It's just odd enough to get a couple wins. I think it will go 2 and 3 is my prediction. Those weapons will help. If they come out at the right time, that will really help keep us in the game. And we'll probably sneak out a couple victories. But I don't think this is going to be... Our strongest cards are probably our 5s. But I don't think this is going to be a really successful deck. I would love to be proven wrong, but that's my prediction.
Versus Jaina.
I was just thinking in my head, because so many people seem to play Mage in Arena, especially in your first couple matches, you'll see a lot of Mages, and then sometimes later, but just wondering, I don't want any of these cards. Just wondering what this deck would look like against either an aggressive Mage or even a slow Mage, but I don't know. I really don't know. I'm having a hard time conceptualizing this deck. So we'll probably put, well, let's see if they do anything. Greetings, traveler.
Greetings.
Hello.
Where's the rainbow? So her spells cost 1 less, yet the minions could cost 1 more. Now that's a good 2 card. What we have, not so much. And the problem is that this is going to mean that we won't be able to get this out next turn.
What now?
We can if we trade. I don't know. I don't know if that was the best play, because we know that it hampers us if it somehow is still alive next turn. We don't know what it does to the mage. The mage may just have spells, and is why she put this apprentice out to access her spells more easily. So the only thing we accomplished there is we sacrificed our 2 to their 2 spell. Our only option here is this, and...
Don't mess with Tusker.
Job's done. If the mage wants to, the mage could trade, use a hero ability and take out the boar, or use another spell that she's getting for 1 mana less than she should be to possibly take out 1 or more of them.
I wonder.
Right now the mage is in a pretty good position because she's just sitting there trading with us, and she's been on the winning side. No damage characters, that doesn't make sense. We could silence and make her spells more expensive again, especially if we're not gonna trade.
What now?
Now, if the mage doesn't remove our minions, we could trade the owl for her 3/2.
Put this apple on your head.
It's kind of weird. Kind of a weird play. I guess maybe she's thinking that we'll choose to take this out instead of that. I don't know. Definitely would take the knife juggler out first. But let's see what we've got down here. We'll probably pull out this. Get our mercenary out.
You gotta be kidding me!
Guess worst case scenario here is she does a spell that damages it by 4 and then takes it out with her dire wolf. Or if she had something to damage it by 5, well then she wouldn't have enough mana to... So we have to go towards the taunt first. All the minions are 1 more expensive, which is annoying.
How you
And now she can trade here if she wants, and she probably will. We could draw 3 cards. Or we could get the Imp Master out so that if we know she's going to go after our mercenary, at least something is building here.
I am not a morning person.
Let's see what she does. At least we'll have something on the board, hopefully, if she does trade here and then summon something. Now, if she trades and then has a spell, she still has 4 mana. She technically could take that out and just call it a day. Again, we have 3 damaged characters. So with the Argent Commander at 6 mana cost, we could trade here and still have it for the next turn. However, we could also ignore this and let her trade and just go right to the face, which is probably the better play.
The dark end.
We could have taken this out with this, but I don't know. I wanted to leave this Divine Shield on because there's enough mana now that some of the big spells could come out and just wipe our side of the board, so at least this way it would take 2 attempts. Surprised she doesn't take the Divine Shield off with that. Huh. Okay. So she likes kind of the position she's in. I think we've got to cleave here, even though that means we won't be able to pull out the Core Hound. If we cleave, we can take both of their minions out and still have these 2 up. And if she doesn't have any minions up, the Harpy's probably going to be able to get 2 attacks in next turn because it has 5 damage.
Victory or death!
I think that's the right thing to do here. The other option is 3-card draw. Give that 1 attack. That seems silly.
Let the dark end.
It's getting chilly, like maybe it's blizzard time or something. What is she gonna do with that wisp? Look at all these secrets coming out. All these secrets. We have to be careful right now.
Let the dark in.
Victory or death!
So we're doing a lot of fishing right now. And the only thing we haven't seen is there's one secret left, and it may be the one when you summon a creature. Our lowest cost creature would be this, and we'll just see what happens.
Thirsty. Job done. My blade be thirsty.
So that worked out. I mean, overall it did. Her secrets did minimum damage to us. We wasted a spell. Inner Rage. Counterspelled that. That's a 0 cost mana card. That's okay. And then we summoned the cheapest minion we could that she then duplicated with Mirror Entity. And she just took out... Let's see. She took out the Imp Master. All this damage is happening. What's she gonna do? She probably will just trade, I would think. I mean, let's see. If it was me, actually, I might... Yeah, that was a good play. I mean, it forces us. We're gonna have to take this out and give up one of our minions. Although we don't really have to, because that is GG. And we didn't even have to use that spell. As I was focusing on this ever-growing threat, I was forgetting about Wind Fury there. Okay, so we get our first victory with this warrior deck that we've put together here. Such a strange sort of thing here. I think ideally, and I don't know, I'm far from an expert here, but I think if anything I would want the 3 cards to be higher, 2 to be kind of down where 4 is. And then everything just a teeny bit lower with a little more action going on down here. I'm okay with it up here. I mean, it just means that we don't have that many of the cheap warrior abilities and stuff, but I don't know. It's an interesting deck. I think I'm thinking we'll get one more victory either now or the next match with it, but then after that you start getting matched up with people that have pretty good decks, and I think that's when we'll really be tested with this deck, and I'm not sure how it will hold up, but we should.
Garrosh versus Malfurion.
I must protect the wild. Victory or death!
So just off the top of my head, I would think... Actually, I don't mind this starting hand at all. I would think this deck would do alright against a druid. I mean, it depends on what kind of draw they got and where their focus was in picking cards.
Get in there and fight, maggot!
It's kind of a weird play. I mean, you totally miss out on the battle cry. I mean, I guess they're going to get... they're going to get some early attacks in, but... The only thing I'm trying to figure out here is if we want to attack him, the druid, or if we want to save the weapon. We have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, technically 5 weapons in this deck if you count the minion that gives you a weapon. So we may have more weapons coming, so we're going to go ahead and do a little damage here. Save the weapon. I mean, then we'll have one more durability on this weapon according to what he pulls next time. It's actually odd. I don't think we had any weapons come out in that last match, and with 5 weapons, and that match lasted quite a while. It's kind of interesting. See, here's another weapon already. So we're going to go ahead and get this fella out. And we'll take him out just so that we're in a position of strength on the battlefield. Pulling that minion out, what we didn't want to happen is we could have attacked him with a weapon, but then it would be a trade. I just didn't want to give that up. So now he has to use a swipe, and he actually had to use it on the minion, so he only did 1 damage to us, so that's... we don't mind that so much. Probably go ahead and get our weapon out here and then see if the owl has something that can silence next turn. And we're going to save the weapon this time. We just don't know what he's got in his hand. 4 cards, and we're getting up into mid-game here in terms of mana. He's really pushing the mana. And we haven't made him pay for that. So he's going to have, what, 7 mana next turn?
For the war chief!
And basically I did that just because he's probably going to pull something big out, and I don't want him having 28 health and some armor as he pulls out a big minion on the battlefield. So we can trade there if we want to. He still has 2 mana. He'll attack us directly, most likely. Our weapon isn't able to take this out, or we would. Let's see what we have available here. We could Mortal Strike it, or we could pull out this minion and have him up for next round. We don't have the Pyromancer up anymore, so we don't have to worry about the damage to our minion, but I kind of like Mortal Strike and holding on to minions for right now. This does the perfect amount of damage to just take this out. Now we know he won't have the... we know he won't have the spell damage bonus, which at 8 mana, there's no telling what he's going to pull out of his pocket here. 7, so we need 1 more damage. So what we could do is pull out the Direwolf, and that would give him 5 damage, attack, bring him down to 3, and use our weapon to take him down and destroy him. We could also silence him and just ignore him, but he does do 8 damage. That's not the best of options. We could forget the Direwolf and take 1 damage off and give him benefit to attack, so that would hurt. I think I just want to...
I wonder...
We'll still have 4 mana, so not enough to... Let's see, so if we do this, 5, 7, and then do it with that. Okay. It stinks to put yourself down to 15 health, but I mean, I don't know. Maybe there's a better play there.
I'm ready.
One thing we could have done for sure, we could have probably silence that. We can get all of these up. We're gonna hope that he doesn't have any more board clear in his deck. But we want to, let's see, is this the right play to get them all up? I think it is. That'll force him to choose. Now the problem is he's at a card advantage. Let's see. This may be the beginning of the end for us. I mean, it just depends on what he has in his hand. Yeah, that's not good.
Pain, speak to me.
And this is where all of our 2 cards are really becoming a problem. That's not exactly what we wanted. We probably should have taken him out first. Well, I don't know. He's gonna have 5 damage.
Don't mess with Tusker.
3, 4, 5 does not touch him. Does not even touch him. He's gonna have 10 damage, and we'll be able to draw lots more cards. So
I wonder. I must choose.
he is in a position of strength for sure. And I don't know if maybe we should have just held back more a couple turns ago. Not sure that would have mattered. He's gonna end up with all this on the board either way. Good game.
Well played.
Got to our big cards too late. Like 2 turns too late. We pulled out so many 2s and 3s. We had a 4 at the end. We did get the mercenary out fairly early, but that was not the best. Oh, let's see what this brings us. So we're 1-1 with this strange warrior deck. We played right into the druid's hand. Had way too many small cards, which is probably one of the big weaknesses of this deck. And didn't make him pay for it when early in the game he was just pulling those mana crystals and still keeping fairly good control of the board.
Victory or death!
I kind of like these cards. We've got a weapon. The only thing, we've got 2 4s, but we'll put this back and see if we can get a different... There we go. That'll be good. 'Cause hopefully we'll draw a weapon first couple draws. I like the Silverhand Knight, but it's going to be a while.
Greetings.
Greetings.
People love that Leopard Gnome on first turn. I'm tempted to trade with him simply because we get to draw a card. The other thing we could do is this, but it's only got 2 health, so I don't really want to trade that as much. We could have armored up and waited and see what happened, but I'm not very good at holding back. Alright, now we've got to watch. We've got to watch this, letting it get. So normally I would go right at him, but we can't leave this on the board because if this attacks this, it'll be enraged, and that is just too easy of a way to let him get the enrage up on that. Now with this out, if he attacks this, it would kill him. So we're okay with that one. Oh, excuse me. Alright, at 4 we're probably going charge unless he has a passive round here. We might just equip the weapon.
Mind if I roll knee?
A 2/2 weapon does not take him out. I hate to trade like that. So we could take that out with that. This does enough
What now?
damage. He wouldn't be able to. We're just prolonging the inevitable though, or with charge we can just straight up take him out. Tough call. Or we could just go right at him and let him trade. We know we've got a couple things in our back pocket. I think that's what we'll do.
Join or die, or both.
Had to step away for a minute there. So he's going to trade with us. What did he... Oh, he played the Cult Master. Okay. Interesting. Now this only has 2 life, so we could do the weapon exchange here. Get a 3/3 on the board.
Try this.
Take this out. Job done. We damage ourselves there. But we don't let him just get unlimited amount of card draw.
Put this apple on your head.
What you want?
I was about to say, he must have a taunt.
Mind if I roll knee?
Good play there. Good play. So we can just take his taunt out with that. Or we could go... Let's see, if we did Commander, we take taunt out, that leaves that tradable with that. And then that takes that out. He's on the board with this versus this. Not able to kill it. But we save our weapon.
What now?
To Northrend!
Because we don't damage ourselves anymore. Or we could damage ourselves here. Totally clear his board, that way he can't trade with us. So at 7, we have the Core Hound we can pull out if we're still looking in like a position of strength. We could also go Mortal Strike with Razor Fin. We could also go Silverhand Knight with Dire Wolf. He just did Thought Steal, which unfortunately fell out. My cards are not strong enough to... I guess that worked out for you. And Thought Steal pulls him from the deck, not from your hand.
Give me a quest.
It's kind of weird. I'll be honest with you. I typically would never play Questing Adventure unless I had cards to play right on top of it. So what did we say our options were? Okay, we can, we definitely want to take that out. We can't, we got to punish him for putting it out there like that. That's just silly.
Victory or death.
Alright. We could do, we don't, I think we'll just get the Core Hound out. Since we have control of the battlefield, it's a decent time to pull out a big gun, I think.
Job's done.
He's only going to be at 7 mana, so he can't take over, he can't steal the minion from us this round. He could next turn, but see if he can double it. Can you double it? Well, I can tell you this, we're not going to let that stay on the board. It's too dangerous to let it stay around. So we've got 8. I'd love to go straight at him, but I don't think we have any other. Okay, we could go here, and that would give it enough time, enough to take it out. And we'd still be able to pull out the. We'd still be able to pull out the weapon if we want to. 6. So do we want to go knight or weapon? I think we go weapon here. Now he can take over our minion. Or not.
Well played. You have been.
He had to put a taunt there, or he had to have had the ability to just take the minion that we had out with 10 attack, the Core Hound. He had to do something to take the damage. Oh, we were gonna come back with too much damage, so that was a GG. Alright, so there's our 2 wins. Let's see if we can exceed our expectations here on this deck. Let's try to get that. We're thankful for small miracles like that priest not having mind control. I think mind control is the spell that they use that takes over your minion. Anyway, that would have been bad. We might have been okay, but it would have been close. A StarCraft pro.
Garrosh versus Valera.
Watch your back.
Victory or death!
We'll take the weapon every time. I like this, alright. Okay, with that execute right back.
I hope you like my
Because we have another two cards, 3 now to choose from. We'll go ahead and play an early 2 here, give us a card draw, and see what they do. We'll probably have to use our weapon here.
You're sure?
So the rogue special ability does 1 damage. It is a weapon though, has 2 durability, so just like the warrior weapons, you take damage if you hit a minion with it. It's just gonna do 1 damage. That's weird. Must not have many small. Ooh, another weapon. Another weapon. We could give this 2 attack. It's not long for this world though. Good thing about giving it 2 attack
What now?
is that it would hit it for 2 attack there, and then they possibly would come back with their weapon and hit it again. That'd be 4 attack. Or we could go with Mana Wraith. I think we'll do this.
If you're sure. If you're sure.
We've got another weapon in a couple turns. We'll just go ahead and take the damage while we can get it. At 4, we may have to armor up and Mana Wraith.
Locked and loaded.
Okay, so she's able to not use her weapon. Interesting choice. We actually
I wonder.
wouldn't mind keeping ours up because it gives us the advantage.
Back to work.
But by doing that, we won't keep it up long. So now the question is, since we're probably going to do, or we can do the weapon next round, it's tempting to go ahead and play this. May disrupt, you know, if they had a 5 minion they were just dying to bring out, then... So she's got 2 mana left. She can hit one of ours with a weapon, or she can summon, sorry, she has 3 mana, but only 2 towards a minion because it costs 1 extra. So she can pull a 2 minion out, or any kind of spell for 3 mana or less. Or she can use her dagger.
I wonder.
And we may just... She probably used that because she didn't have... Now we may actually go mercenary. Ooh. We may go mercenary here. And do weapon, one of the weapons on the next turn. Because there's a clean board. And I think the mercenary will get at least 1 attack. Against a rogue, I don't think she's going to be able to do anything to take it out. So we should be able to get 7 damage either towards a taunt minion or towards her. Let's see what she does. And the other thing we can do is a Divine Shield. This could be interesting. We do have... I don't know. Tempted to ignore it. Let her just trade with it.
How you doing?
Gotta get rid of this or taunt because she's only got 7 life left and she knows we can hit her with 5 with our weapon. So this is a round 7 victory. Actually, yeah, I guess that was the first half of round 7. Alright, good game. It's 551,801. There are some good rogue decks. But I guess the last major update, rogues got nerfed, and that's... I had only started playing just before that update came in. And so since I've really been playing, at least playing much arena, usually when I see a rogue I feel okay. Not that I've never lost to a rogue, but I would say the winning percentage against rogues is going to be higher than against others. If that is the case, and that may be a misconception, but if that is the case, you wonder if they might not buff rogues back up just a little bit.
Garrosh versus Throw.
Be Be interesting if they did something with the rogue special ability where maybe they didn't take the damage back when they used their daggers against a minion. Almost like, you know, a rogue is in stealth or backstabbing kind of situation, so they don't take the damage. I don't know. I don't even want this card. I don't know why I kept it. We got a weapon. That's good. Oh, 2 weapons. We need to get one of them out. We'll get Fiery War Axe most likely. Turn 2. Clear the board if we need to with it, or just go directly at the face. Because by turn 5 we can potentially have another weapon out, so might as well start using it. We can go Wind Fury turn 3, but probably will be a waste. We'll see what they put out. 3 durability on their weapon.
What does the future hold?
We have a 4 with a weapon. Their weapon does 2 attacks, so they're going to have to do more than just use the weapon here to take out Mr. Thrallmar. So we're going with a 3 mana card. What shall it be? So we have Wind Fury. We can attack him once and then just... I don't even know what. Alright, so we could go 2/2 weapon. That doesn't really help. We could go 3/2 weapon, take out the snake. Kind of like that play and armor up. 4 damage all day long. So we took 3 damage, we gave out 4 damage, and we didn't have any of our minions fall to their Cobra, which is kind of a removal you're counting on. So he's got 4 mana, he's probably got something, spell or something. That's a good play. He's still got 3 mana left, or 2 mana left, 1 mana left. So we'll take that out with our weapon. We have 5 mana, so we could get this out and then count on getting our Arcanite out next turn. Or we could go ahead and go charge, and then when we have 6 mana, there's not necessarily a good play. I think I like this one better.
You gotta be kidding me!
We're at 28 health basically, and they're at 18. They still got their weapon. So to take this guy out with 5 mana, let's see. That's a nice play.
We must cleanse the
Gonna
Sunwell.
Now what we've got to figure out is, can we take out... Do we want to use an Arcanite to take out their taunt? So that we can go 7 damage to them. I don't really have another play. It's not my favorite use of the Arcanite. I guess we could just sit, we could just take this out, and then next turn we could either equip a weapon or charge, but it does risk a little bit of build up there. And if there's build up, we want it to be because they're feeling like they have someone to come after us. So if worst comes to worst here, if they put out a minion that's got 5 health, we can take it out with our weapon and take the damage. Hit them again with 7. We'll also be able to equip. So now she's going to be able to take us out if she wants to trade. The only positive side for us is that we now have our... Ooh. 4, 8. I think that's... Wait, no. We only have 7 mana. Wouldn't work anyway. I do like this here though, because now the only question is, let's see, if we get them down to 6 health, We have 2. We should be okay. We should be okay. Basically, they're forced to trade here unless they have a
Behold
taunt.
the might of Stormwind!
It's a good play. They're doing okay, I guess. We can do 4 damage. Save it. This has charge. Take that out. Let's see.
What now?
And then that would leave 2 to armor up. 1 damage. 4. And that would take it out.
To Northrend! Victory or death!
Okay.
Job's done.
So they're still at 6 health. But unless they have another taunt, we've got 4 damage plus 2 is 6. So we should be okay. This should be a good game.
Well played. For the war chief! For Hellscream! Try this!
So that went pretty good. Went pretty good against the druid. Oh. So we've exceeded expectations. We're now up to 4 wins. We're proud of this little warrior deck. 4 wins. A couple more wins, we might actually get some gold back.
Garrosh versus Gul'dan.
Your soul shall be mine! Victory or death!
We need a good start against the warlock. I'd actually rather be going second here.
Greetings.
Rather be going second.
Summoning portal open.
I can tell you this. We don't want a warlock getting cheaper summoning this early in the game. Alright, at 3 we can put out Frothing Berserker. Just because I don't like waiting.
Fight, maggot!
Interesting play. Alright. I think that's what we do.
My blade be thirsty.
Now this is the question. Whenever a minion takes damage, gain 1 attack. So by using our weapon here, this will turn into a 3/4. Boy, I hope we get another weapon soon. 3 mana. I don't think they're going to be able to take out a 4, as a warlock, take out a 4 health card, but we shall see.
Drink with me, friend.
The good thing that's going on right now is that a lot of the cards they're playing is they're having to waste their battle cry effect, which whatever that's worth.
Me and Mr. White.
So I think the question right now is, do we risk taking this thing down to 1 health? Turn 5, we're gonna get some more minions out. I think we do.
Strike.
I normally like to just start attacking, but and maybe we should, Maybe we should. Maybe we should. Oh, goodness. I guess what I'm hoping here is... Ooh, that's a strong card. Strong card. What's he gonna do with this, though? If he damages another minion, it just makes our card stronger, and we can trade for that. That's probably not the best play. I mean, we have execute, so we can just waste this little fella on him. And then executing. Then that will leave 4 mana, so there's not a lot else we can do. We also could do this. It's now damaged. Has 4 health left, so we could trade the 2 of these, or we could just execute it. We could take this down to a 3-7, a 7-3, or we could do this a 4-3, or we could save it.
I strike.
I guess the answer was save it. I don't know. What can the Warlock do with 5 mana? 5 mana. So on round 6, we'll probably use this. If there's not a reason to use it against him. Let's see. Do we have any damage cards? We don't. Again, having to waste.
Pain, speak to me.
I don't understand. I just don't understand. Alright. We can go ahead and play this, and then let's see what we can do here. If we... Every time this card takes damage, you draw a card, so we don't really want it to allow it to take damage. We probably want to go ahead and give this 2 attack and take it out in one go. We've got 1 damaged card, that's 3. Alright, so I think... I don't know. That's 10 damage.
Squire, attend me.
I strike.
Ready, sir.
Because I don't think they're going to be able to get enough out here. I mean, all of our cards have 4 health. So we're a little susceptible to the board being wiped. But obviously, there was no option to do that, and that was pretty much a quick and easy victory. Cards just came out right. Man, I really liked that card. Just he wasn't able to kill it. You gotta kill those cards where when things take damage they grow, or what are those, Garbashi, the cards that, I think those are the ones where they damage themselves but they have a good attack. And then if you're a priest especially and can heal, and I don't know, some of those cards are just deadly. Like, the damage adds up so quick if you don't really prioritize taking those out. So 5 wins, 1 loss with this warrior deck. We're doing okay. Let's see what kind of starting hand we get, and
Garrosh versus Thrall.
oh, Shaman.
For Doomhammer. Victory or death.
Kind of like this starting hand. We've got 2 2s. But we could get a 3 out. We're just gonna stay with this. Just gonna stay with it. Don't tempt. replacing decent cards and then getting worse cards. So there's another 2, so we've got 2s all day. We could go ahead and get... I think we want to go ahead and get Pyromancer out. Because we can do Weapon next turn if they put something lazy out here that we can take out with 3 attack. And then we'll still have our Pyromancer out, which is doing 3 damage, decent for a 2 card. We just gotta remember not to cast any spells. So he'll just take the 3 damage, I guess. So now the question is, do we want to do the same thing with this? He doesn't have his weapon anymore. And at the end of this, it'll be turn, and we'll have turn 3 with our weapon, but then it'll be turn 4, and we can put this out next to it if it happens to still be up. If nothing else, we're making them play defensively. So again, this is a good use of our weapon. This is what happened last match. Someone threw a Cobra out at us. And there's another weapon, so this is perfect. We'll just go ahead and do 3 damage there. Attack for 2. And if this is still up, then we'll give something a plus to attack for the next turn. On 4, it'd be awesome if we got one of our cards with charge that are 4 mana cost.
Summoning portal open.
So he still has 2 mana, so that means a 3... No, it's the first minion you draw, so you can only do it 2. So he's going to get a random. We just don't want the one with charge. Alright, that's okay. That's the healing... Oh, no, that's a spell damage one. Alright, so we didn't get our dream draw there. Let's go ahead and do this. If we take out that, we don't have to worry about spell damage. And we could also take that out and have a clean board going into the next turn. Not necessarily... I don't know if it's the best play. We know we have another weapon coming up is one reason. We're probably going to go Silverhand Knight next turn. We could have just left that minion on the board, but now we're in a position of dominance as they come into their turn 5. And if they put something lazy out, we could always go weapon here. We probably don't want to take... Let's see. So to get past the taunt, we need 4 health. 4 attack. We don't really want to take that. We could go our taunt and just slow this down, or we could go Silverhand Knight and speed it up. If we go Silverhand Knight, we're pretty much committing to going 3, losing these 2 minions, which I'm okay with. It's sad. I mean, so often we have one of those cards that does 1 damage to something, but we just don't have it right now.
Squire, attend me.
Ready, sir.
So we should have put him on this side, and then the Squire would have come out, and then we would have had the plus benefit to the Knight, which is he's a little harder to take down, so that would have been more ideal. That was a bad placement there. Now we got to watch how many Overload cards he has, and we'll have to prioritize getting this out if he does start having Overlord cards. And we can use on turn 6 we can either go this or weapon and taunt. Probably not the totem he was wanting. He does heal, but I'm not sure that healing is going to be that important in this match. So this would give our taunt an extra 1, and then we could go weapon. Well, let's see, how are we going to take this out? We don't want to leave that up. We could just trade here. This is a 5 versus a 3, but it's really important not to leave.
The elements will destroy you.
Leave this unbound elemental up.
Sorry that happened.
To battle!
So we'll do that. Put that here. Go ahead and get the axe.
If you insist.
And for now, at least, we don't really care about the fact that he has the healing totem up. It's not worth skipping damage that we would do to him. So we still have our weapon for one more turn. We'd love to get the Arcanite weapon here on this next turn so that it's just sitting there available. On turn 7 we can go Core Hound or we can do Wind Fury, according to what he plays.
Handle it!
So priority here so far is probably taking out the raid leader just to cut down on the amount of attack he has. Let's see, if we take out War Leader with our weapon, then this leaves this with 2 health, so we would probably just take it out with this and sacrifice it. That leaves us in a pretty strong position.
If you insist.
And again, 5, 7, 8, 9 damage, and we still haven't.
To battle!
We still haven't summoned our Core Hound. And I'm trying to think if Core Hound's the best one here to summon. I think it is. We've still got Inner Rage for next turn. If there's if he's able to clear for somehow he's able to clear a bunch, and all we need is 2 additional damage, we could always do something with that. So he's got Taunt here. There you go. He had to do something with that. So we need to come up with 6. How many damaged characters are there? Not enough to make it worth it, probably. When we could put Wind Fury down potentially. Alright. So if we go Inner Rage here, that turn that into a 7. It's probably the most effective way to get rid of the taunt.
To battle!
And we still have Wind Fury to pull up, or we could do, I think we will do Wind Fury. If we had a weapon, it would be over. Now he's got to prioritize getting another taunt up. I think there's just too many minions on our side that can do damage.
Handle it!
Okay, so he can take out. That's not gonna matter.
Well played.
Alright, GG. Another good win. We only have 1 taunt in the whole deck, but at least that time, that taunt coming in was pretty effective. Isn't it a 4 or is it a 3? I'm trying to remember what taunt we have. It's a 4. The Warden. 7 health. We had it next to our wolf, so it had 2 attack. And it got an attack in, so it was pretty nice. Pretty nice. Well, we're at 6 wins, 1 loss. 7 wins, I think it pretty much guarantees that you'll get enough gold to pay for your next arena, which would be nice. 6 wins, I think there's some randomness on how much gold you'll get, obviously, but typically you would get at least maybe around 100 gold, and that would be enough for another arena for us, so that would be fine as well. But let's see if we can get to that 7th win again.
Garrosh versus Garrosh!
Of course, warrior versus warrior.
Victory or death! I will crush you!
Alright, we've got a 2-3. Let's get rid of that one. We'll keep these. I like this starting hand, alright. One thing we have to remember, and I don't know that I will be able to remember this, I'll forget it, but we're going to have someone else with weapons, very likely. Man, speaking of weapons, we need a weapon. A 1-2. He's just... Does that have a battle cry? No. See, that's going to get out of control. I normally would play this card here, but that doesn't kill it. So we're going to play this one. At least this has enough health to kill it. I don't know what he'll do and if we'll even be able to target it next turn, but if worse comes to worse, alright, he's going to take it out. But at least he wasn't able to summon any more warlocks. Again, this is enough to take it out. Even if he attacks it again, his whatever he summons. There we go. Alright, so he still has 3 mana, so this is where we'll see if he has other warlocks. Please be a weapon. It's not. Alright, whenever a minion takes damage, this guy's going to get out of control. So if we put anything out here that has less than 2 attack, we're already letting it get out of control, but at least we got one of them off the table, and that has 2 health. But now we need a weapon like crazy right now.
Pass me that arc light spanner.
At 4, I don't know. Warhound, goodness. 2 attack. I think that's an okay play. If he takes this out, it'll kill him.
My blade be thirsty.
Oh my goodness. This may be one of those situations where he just drew an amazing deck. Not only starting hand for this match, but amazing deck in general. So overpowered to have that many of these cards out early in a game, and to even have gotten 2 of them as an option. That's ridiculous. This let us draw a card. We're just putting people out there to damage, but he's got 16 damage, so he can... This game over unless we heal up. Unless we heal up. We almost don't want to play anything, but then he'll have a weapon or something, so it'll be game over anyway.
Well played. Well played.
He's taking too long. Good game. Good game, Toto. I don't know how you got to draw those cards before. That's ridiculous. I mean, I guess I can see it, but to draw those cards and then have them all come out right there at the beginning. I mean, it just happens sometimes. What can you do? It just happens sometimes. I mean, we've had some good card draws in our run here to 6 wins, so I can't complain, honestly. It's just it's frustrating to be on the other side of it. That's just the way it goes, though. So now the moment of truth, as we are at 6-2. Can we get that 7th win or not?
Garrosh versus Uther.
I will fight with honor.
Victory or death!
2, 3, 5. We'll just go with it. Again, it's just hard to send cards back when you could have a decent little thing here. Ooh, I like that. I like that. So we're doing this out now, even though we're not going to be able to get our 3 card on round 3. We don't have a 2 anyway, so
Reporting for duty.
by the time we get to round 3, I'm not sure this one will really be around. I do want to be careful though here. I think that's the right play. Now what? That's a great weapon. No wonder we're getting matched up against this paladin at 6 and 2. I mean, that the Sword of Justice, in my opinion, can completely. I mean, like early game, it changes it so much. I don't know. All right. So we want to get this out.
What does the future hold?
We want to try to save our Berserker for a time when he won't just be
Justice demands retribution.
targeted immediately and destroyed. So he used that time. Does that mean it's the time to play this? It's like if we don't play it, we don't have anything, so it's not ideal, but I don't want to just sit here and let him start building stuff up with them having +1 every time he summons something. What kind of secret is he playing? A 1-mana secret for a paladin. Not even sure. Not even sure.
Reporting
That's
for
so
duty.
ridiculous. This freaking Sword of Justice is ridiculous. So this would leave us 3 mana. Nothing we can do with it, or we can do this.
Well played.
So I think we gotta
Nice strike.
trade here. We'll see what his secret's about. Here we go.
Get down!
So now he'll be able to trade if he wants to. Or he can use his last weapon to defeat that. That's the only play. So frustrating. I think this would have been a good start for us had it not been for the Sword of Justice. I mean, it's still fine. We've kind of... He's got one more play here where he summons something, it's going to be... So this is a 3/4, and if it enrages, it turns into a
Reporting for
6.
duty.
Well, we don't want that. Although, the thing about the Wind Fury Harpy is... Let's see. You can only do 1 damage. Might not be a bad play. Or we could put this out here and go
What now?
weapon next turn. Because there's no way he's going to be able to damage himself on this unless he has a card to do damage. Oh, I kind of like that.
You gotta be kidding me!
Kind of like that. Oh, just please don't have an ability to damage your own Berserker. That would be devastating. And we will definitely trade with the Berserker. The Berserker was the last minion that he's gonna trade. Not a bad trade for him. Not a good trade for us. He gets a bunch of stuff with this silly thing. Alright, so we're gonna have to, we've got 7, we're gonna have to go 5. Take care of that thing, I think. 5, take care of that. We can't let it keep growing. Now, we could pull this out and then let him trade. He may have another way to trade, but at least we'll have gotten it out of his deck. We also could do this, but I think we'll save it. So he could sacrifice another durability of his weapon and one of his, or he could go that way.
Locked and loaded.
Get all these fellas out here.
Reporting for duty.
So at 8, I kind of like going 7 and hit him, so we know we've got another weapon coming. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage. I can live with that for a turn, and plus I think we'll end up, since we have bigger cards, we'll probably end up doing more damage than he's willing to take. He could just sacrifice 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's what he'll do. At least we're clearing the board here, and we have other pretty good cards coming back. Yeah, pretty good play.
Locked and loaded.
Now I take one more of these out. So now he's got a 5-4 and a 2-2 on the board. Good playing.
Reporting for duty.
He's doing pretty good. Now we got 5-9. So we can summon that, equip that, take out this silly fella.
Squire, attend me.
Ready, sir.
I think that's what we want to do. I don't know if it's the right play or not, but we're really just ignoring these Silverhand recruits. On our next turn, we can Mortal Strike the Brewmaster if it's still around, and if there's not a more economical way to take it out. Now he has 3 attacks, so he can take out the Weaponsmith with his weapon if he wanted to. I guess he's not going to, though.
Reporting for duty.
Huh. So 7 health, he'd really have to throw a lot of things at it. This probably will get 1 attack. Deal 1 damage plus 2 attack 3. Wouldn't really matter, and then he'd have to prioritize this pretty good too. So he'd have 6 attack going right at him. His weapon only has 1 now. Oh, you know what though? Let's just take this out. Deal 1 damage. Yeah, let's do that.
To battle!
Does 4 attack. We could technically take it out.
To battle!
I don't think so. We're gonna hang on to our weapon because we are in serious need of cards. So now he can take that out.
Your magic shall not.
At least his weapon's gone, so that keeps us from attacking
Reporting for duty.
with Wind Fury. But we can do 8 damage this turn. We also have a weapon. We don't have low enough health for that to... So we can do 4, 8, 12, 15. And we've got 20 health. 2 damage. Is there anything we just really want to take out, though? I don't think so.
To battle! Ruptar Ogre!
So we know we'll be able to do 7 damage unless he pulls out a taunt. The only reason why to go ahead and play this Mortal Strike is in case we get a card that costs more than 6 mana that we really feel like we need for some reason. But I didn't want to show our hand. I didn't want him to know that this is the last turn. Unless he has, I mean, he's going to have a really good taunt here. He's only got 2 mana. It's a good game.
Reporting for duty.
Well played.
Well played.
Good game, Aragorn. It's close. That was very close. Of the wins that we've had, that was the closest one to being a defeat. But hey, celebration time. I'm trying to think. I don't believe I've ever gone above 7 wins. I think 7 is something I've hit one other time, maybe 2, but I think just once. And then I've hit 5 and 6 wins a handful of times. I've hit 4 wins a bunch of times, 3 and 2 wins countless times, and I've gone 0 and 3 or 1 and 3 a few times as well. But the exciting part about this is hopefully we can play a good match here, do the best we can with the cards that come out in the order they come out. If we win, that's great. If not, we have more than paid for our next arena, most likely. I haven't done this enough to know that you can say that with 100% certainty. I mean, you could get a couple of golden cards, maybe a couple packs, and then only one thing of gold, and would it be enough? Would it actually be 150 gold? With 7 wins, I think so, but I'm not for sure. Another paladin. It's not Aragorn again. This is sort of the, again, this is sort of the principle of, this may not be the best starting hand, but it could be worse. And on round 2, unless he gives us a reason to, I guess we could. Oh, goodness. Please don't have a taunt.
I hope you like my invention.
Don't mess with Tusker. Bang! Bang!
And, you know, I just think you have to take the knife juggler out there, especially early in the game like this. Those, every time he summons a minion and his reinforced counts as that, he's doing 1 damage, so it's just not... It's not acceptable. Alright. We may have to go ahead and waste this on him so that we can then destroy it with them. Again, we just cannot, we don't want to. Now, we could do this though. Equip a 2/2 weapon, hit him with the weapon, and then sacrifice there. It's probably, because then we've got a 3/3 and another turn of having a weapon.
Try this. Suck steel, swine. Suck steel, swine.
So he's definitely got the early advantage. I mean, he's done more damage to us, or I guess we've done it to ourselves mostly, but At least right now the board is slightly in our favor as we start turn 4 here. No, this is the end of turn 4, so that's not really true.
And plunder.
Probably time to get this out.
What now?
You gotta be kidding me! Watch this.
This card has been around since the very beginning of the game. Slowly doing damage to us. Let's just clear the board. 22 health. We can armor though, and the paladin doesn't have a way to heal without using minions or spells. Our special ability, of course, gives us armor.
Stand ready.
See, him having to play that card right now is not ideal for him. It is so tempting to just go right past it. But it is a 5, and we can just trade 5s and still have 2 health, although he probably has a way to take us out after that. So why don't we go Wind Fury? We could take it out with Wind Fury if he doesn't attack us. Or we could give it 1 attack, that would be 8. Or we could give it 9 attack, but 1 less health.
I wonder.
I think this is the play. This is the interesting play to me. And let's just see what he does. If he takes this out, is he going to buff this? He could buff it and then take out our card. So now we have to take it out.
Reporting for duty.
If I was him, I would have been so tempted there to hit us in the face and make us take it out. Alright. It's too bad we don't have an execute. We could just use this though and not have to sacrifice a card. We'll still have 6 left.
Back to work.
Oh, I'd love a Silverhand Knight right now, or our big weapon, but I think the play, I mean, this has got Wind Fury, so obviously that play is to do that, but I think the play here is to go charge and do some more damage, because that will get him playing in a little bit different way next turn. Put some immediacy in his thoughts. And we still have a little bit going on in our hand. So that's a good play for him.
My shield for
Now he's got taunts. That's a good turn. Good round for him. Alright, we can draw a card. If we give +1 attack, that'd be 2. Yeah, we don't really like that trade. How many damage cards do we have? 1.
What now?
I hope you like my invention.
That leaves 4. Oh. Alright. Now let's see what we want to do. Knock him down to 2. And then sacrifice this. And then play that. I think that's good.
For Hellscream!
He's gonna have a lot more cards than us.
I see your
But our deck doesn't work for the long game. Our deck just doesn't work for the long game, so we have to keep up the pressure. You know, this may be the turning point that goes in his favor. He's got 5 cards to choose from to our 2 right now. He could go ahead and use this to take some health off so we don't have so many imps, but looks like he's going to probably go after our wolf. It's a good play. Only problem is now on our turn we can take him out with one of our wimpy imps. We also have execute, so we can take out his ogre with execute, and then summon the knight.
Oh, if you're sure. Ooh.
Deal 2 damage to... I think we still want to execute. We'll go with our original plan here.
Squire, attend me.
Ready, sir.
The dark end.
Go with our original plan. Oh, consecration? Nope. Now he can take that out with his wee little minion. He's still got 5 mana to pull decent sized minion out. For our next turn, which is going to be the first 10 mana turn, we can get Core Hound and do one of our 2s.
Reporting for duty.
Again, we'll probably... Ooh, I like that though. 3, and then cleave. I think that works. Let's try it. Let's try it. See if that did it. Yes. Yes. We've got too much health for that to be really ideal, but this might slow down one minion he could draw. So we're okay with that.
If you insist.
Consecration time? He hasn't used a consecration yet, has he?
Your magic shall not save.
That's a good play. He still has 5. He can cast a 4 mana minion because this is out here. Or any kind of spell. So this is a 4 normally, and he had to spend 5 on it. Now, again, we can get Core Hound out, or 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We can end the game.
Well played.
At the dark end.
If you insist.
Nice strike.
I think we could have ended it with, yeah, Mortal Strike or with Charge. Well, a momentous occasion. No big deal for a lot of the players out there that have been playing this game for a while, but for me, a fun moment here to get to 8 wins for the first time. To be 8-2 and even have a shot at going for the 9th win is very, very fun. Eight wins, very fun.
Garrosh versus Garrosh.
Victory or death. I will crush you.
I like both of these 5s, but I tend to like this 5 in early game better. We're going second, so technically round 4 we could possibly pull that out. So we're going to just send one of the 5s back and hopefully get... There we go, I like this hand. We'll see how it goes, I don't know.
Greetings.
I don't know if we'll
Greetings.
be able to wait till round 4 to use the mana potion or not. I mean the mana coin or not, but... Wow. So round 3 we're going Hunter. Round 4 we're going mercenary with the mana coin, and that means minions will cost 3 more, so we won't be able to do charge if it's still alive. That's a good play. It probably forces us to take this damage twice. No, never mind. We'll just take it out of there. So we'll go...
Don't mess with Tusker.
Next turn we're coming out with mercenary, and then probably the turn after that we'll be doing a weapon, unless we get a 2-card armor up with that. You can always adjust if see what he does. I mean, it may make sense on this next turn to just go normal 4-card. No, I think we're gonna need to. We're gonna take it out. So see, we know he can do 3 damage. Ooh, there's our squire. I like that. We know he can do 3 damage, which would take it down to 3. And then if he has a spell that would, like, if he had execute, he'd be able to take it out then. But, you know, we're talking about him taking some pretty significant damage at that point. We don't want to play this because he'd just take it out and there's no chance it would be alive. We're going to definitely go mercenary here. Roll the dice. We know we have a weapon that we can equip if nothing else. See, all of our minions are going to be way too expensive because of the +3 to minion cost that the mercenary comes with. But he's going to have to move heaven and earth a little bit here to make sure that this doesn't start stacking up on damage. We can take that out with our weapon if we want to. Ooh, we do have a minion we can play to give it even more damage. And then save the weapon for next time. Let's see how he plays this. I'm interested because if it was me, I mean, I think you have to focus this. You're down to 16 health. You have 3 damage, +3 is 6. That takes it out. If you throw your weapon and your 2 minions at it, only thing I have left is the dire wolf. But that is just not what he's going to do. What does he have? Maybe an execute? Is that what he's going to do? Because he could use this, charge it, take 1 damage off, and then still execute it. A lot of damaged characters out there. So, well, we know we want to do this. Let's just think through this. We technically could get the Imp Master. We could draw some cards. We know this will not be around next turn. He'll take it out with his minion or a spell. If we go ahead and use this axe, I think this is the right play. There's not a lot he can do. We're going to go ahead and get cards in our hand though because there's so many damaged characters on the field. Now he needs taunt. He's got to make sure he takes this out. Needs taunt. And then we can come back with really all sorts of options here since he has 1 health left. It's only... You gotta have something else there, buddy.
Well played. Well played.
Well, Garrison. GG. So that's not the kind of match I was expecting for the final victory here in this run. There were some much tougher matches. Obviously, we had 2 losses, and then we had some wins that were very close. But we will take 9 wins here. First time. There's a first time for everything, I guess. Are we getting better, or did we just have a really nice synergetic, is that a word? Draw that time with our warrior deck. I don't know, but I sure appreciate you being along for the journey here, and this video would not be complete without seeing what kind of rewards we get. Which box do we open first? I bet everyone sort of has the thing they do, and once you've got 100 hours in the game, you just click on them as fast as you can and say, whatever, I don't care, I've seen this a million times. I usually will start here and go clockwise. But you know what, this is a special occasion, so we're going to start here and go clockwise. Gold card, very fun. Explosive shot for the hunter. 40 gold, a little underwhelming. 110 gold, so that equals 150 gold. There is an arena entrance right there. It'd be nice to get one more bag of gold and some cards, or either another gold card. There's our pack of cards, so what's this going to be? More gold, very nice. So we end up with 95, 110, 205 gold. That's awesome. We will take that every time. How many more attempts will it be before we get back to this point? I don't know. I do think we're getting a little bit better on card draw. We're still making some mistakes in play, card order, and when to sit back and when to go. But this was a good run, so it feels good. Thanks for watching.
Bye bye, Nods.